Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Hand of Fate 2. In the previous episode, we finished Malocalypse's companion quest, gaining him his cure, and making him a platinum companion known as the Magician. Yeah, when a companion goes platinum, they get a small change to their appearance, and they gain a new ability. In Mal's case, he gains Overcharged, which makes it so that when his magic shield, or when the magic shield goes down, it causes damage to nearby enemies. Pretty useful. And in this episode, we'll be taking on Ariadne's quest. Starting with Anders the Drunk, if I can find it. There it is, Anders the Drunkard. As for equipment, I highly recommend that if you have it, take the Imperial Armor, because while I'm not sure about all of them, at the very least, with Ariadne's final quest in this line, there's going to be a lot of card gambits. I also recommend the Mask of Holy Fortunes, primarily because it marks one of the failure cards. With that, let's get this started. I'll see you guys when I get to the first of the quest, or the Market Thief, whichever comes first, because we're still working on getting a card from that we need. Okay guys, we're back, and it turns out we got Anders the Drunk the very first move. Pretty handy. While taking refuge in the Nag's Head Tavern, a popular drinking establishment and impromptu fistfight arena, you find a man resting his head in a pool of ale, a look of utter gloom fixed on his face. Anders! Ariadne rushes forward and pulls him into a proper sitting position. He blinks twice, then slumps back into his ale. Though much more disheveled since you last saw him, this is indeed Anders, apprentice blacksmith and friend to Ariadne. Ariadne looks concerned as Anders lies in his sad ale puddle. We've got to cheer him up. Give him some cake? Nah. That was right. This one? Yes. Anders raises his head from the puddle, grabs the proffered cherry cake, and shoves it in his mouth ravenously. Ale drips from the side of his face. Anders still looks glum, but at least he isn't lying in a pool of ale anymore. Now, if you don't have the food or the gold, you can just tickle him, and you'll be taken to a precision minigame. Let's see, why are you laying in an ale puddle? I am a man without purpose. Man without money and a man without friends. An awkward silence stretches between you. What happened to your forge? He promptly bursts into tears. My forge was shattered by that blasted ogre. I hope you killed it. His eyes suddenly turn red with anger. Anders still looks glum, but at least he isn't lying in a pool of ale anymore. Cheer up, Anders. Ariadne returns from the bar with a basket of fried almond bread. Whatever it is that you need help with, I'm sure me and old hero here can help you. Hey, I'm not that old. Can you repair my forge? The apprentice blacksmith looks doubtful. You'll need terror vein ore, among other things. Not to mention it was your late father who built it, so I have no idea how to even begin rebuilding. Yeah, why not? Your companion nods, her blue eyes bright and earnest. Of course, easy as pie. Anders looks a little more hopeful. You really are nothing like your father. Ariadne frowns at that, then shakes her head and grins. Thank the gods for that.
Nicely done.
First stop, says Ariadne, propping her friend back up in his chair, is to find a mechanical oddity. Well, that happened faster than I thought. But we still have the Market Thief to take care of, so I'll see you guys once we find him.
Here is your reward, at least in potential.
Okay, we found the Market Thief. Haven't managed to get the headwear that would mark a failure, but we do have Ariadne and the Imperial Armor. So here's hoping we can get the huge success this time. Yes, I would like your help, and I want you to duplicate the huge success. That's Ariadne's Gambit ability. This one? Yes! The thief is nimble, but you manage to gain on them as they negotiate the crowd. With the thief almost at arm's reach, they knock over a barrel of apples in an attempt to hinder you. Now we have to get through this.
Back to the bones. I hope you have learned to be their master.
I feel like we would have gotten it if that 1-6 hadn't rolled over onto... Of course. The apples roll across the ground in front of you, and you lose your footing and land squarely on your back. The thief gets away. You dust yourself off and continue on your journey. Of course. Managed to pass the first one with a huge success? Too bad. You fail the second one by 2 points. I think I might be adding the Gambler's Jewel to this. But with no other tokens to go after, I'm going to forfeit. And I'll see you guys again when we encounter either one of these two. Okay, we're back. This time I actually managed to find the Man of the Worlds and get the equipment that we, well, I wouldn't say need, but should have for these.
I do not tarry with these sorts of devices. They are a sign the world has lost its way.
Ariadne leads you through the streets of the city to a dilapidated house tucked into a darkened alleyway. This is where we'll find the first thing we'll need to fix Anders' forge, a mechanical oddity. The inside of the house is distinctly tidier, and you are surprised by the presence of a small general store within. The young woman minds the counter. That's Marion the mage, Ariadne whispers loudly. Marion, of course, hears you. Can I help you? And could you please refrain from calling me a mage out loud? Don't worry, Marion. Only old biddies shopping here. We're here for that. She points out a large copper bauble studded with silver nubs resting upon the counter. This is a genuine article of the bygone dustman. It's priceless. I can't part with it. The mage hugs it to herself. Why aren't you hiding? The Empire don't bother us out here in the slums, so I have a few magical potions that the people appreciate, so they don't really care that I'm a mage. I have lived in the city since I was a child. It's my home. I deserve to live here as much as anyone else. Okay. Don't try knocking her out, and don't ask Ariadne what to do. Persuade her. And yes, I would like your help, because we only have 1 success card on this. And I believe this is one of them. Marion relaxes her grip on the mechanical oddity. I will sell it to you for 50 gold. Okay. Marion, with great reluctance, hands over the mechanical oddity. What do you plan to do with it? We're fixing a forge. Oh? I haven't seen a forge like that since Brundor the Blacksmith passed away. Ariadne grimaces, grabs the mechanical oddity, and leaves without saying another word. Was it something I said?
I do not understand where this is going. We will see.
No, but I do. Now, the next thing we need for the forge is... a pumpkin. But not just any pumpkin. And seeing as how the market thief is relatively nearby, nothing in between us and it, well, besides these guys. Then again... you know what? I'm going to take care of some of the treacherous and open wilds just so that I can get Ariadne back. Hopefully I don't lose any equipment along the way. Ouch. But we shouldn't need it. I also forgot to toss the Gambler's Jewel in my deck because I was in a rush, but oh well. That's actually not that bad of a curse. Okay, let's try this again. I think this one? Damn it. This one has a token. I wonder, if I complete this, would I get to keep the Desert Crossing card and the token that comes with it? Or would that completely break the game? Screw it, I'm going for it.
Another step into the emptiness. At least one hopes.
You follow the
Keep
vague
on
notes.
Walking through. Make
follow
time while you may. You see how the game changes, how its pieces move around, sometimes under your control and sometimes not.
What's up with the subtitles? Following the vague notes scrawled on your map, you journey through the desert. Well, this should be easy. Gee, I wonder where the failure is. You find safe passage through the desert. Nah, guess it's not as broken as I thought. Oh well. See you guys on the next part of Ariadne's quest. Okay, we're back. We did encounter the market thief on our way to the Stiegel Pumpkin, but unfortunately we failed on the first round.
This town has been the home of much. It has changed over the years.
Now, this is actually going to be quite an easy one. I don't think there's any gambits we need to take care of. You arrive at the town of Stiegel. Ariadne seems unenthusiastic about returning to her hometown. There's not much to see here. Ariadne looks around the town center. It's nothing like the city. We do have a fortune teller, though. She's great. So, we've acquired a mechanical oddity for poor Anders' forge. Now we'll need a special pumpkin. Thankfully, my mother grows the famed Stiegel pumpkins herself. Let's see, what's the pumpkin going to be used for? To fix the forge, of course. Not what I meant. Now, we can approach the tents, we can talk to them. They're basically a family who's been on the run, refugees. You can try and steal some of their soup, talk to them, but it's not really worth it at the time. Let's see, we can visit the fortune teller, and I'm just going to spoil this right now. This Stiegel pumpkin is going to be the card, or the encounter card that you get for completing this quest, along with Ariadne's platinum card. And you can actually bring your companions here, and they can be read their fortunes. Alright, what's my fortune? Imminent carnage. You are barreling headlong into imminent carnage. You do not take care. The seer looks at you with pale, watery eyes. Everything will be lost. Okay, what's Ariadne's fortune? She will die alongside a hero. A glorious death is her blessing. Ariadne nods her head. It's word for word what she told me when I was a tot. I won't keel over pulling up turnips. I'm going to die a hero. Okay, who's Bob's fortune? Bob, you will grow to be a fine hero and meet many heroes along the way. Alright, time to visit her mother. Ariadne's mother lives in a farmhouse on the fringe of Stiegel. She is much, much shorter than Ariadne. Decidedly average. Her mousy brown hair is cropped short and her thin face seems frozen in a mask of anxiety. Ariadne's mother, Bethel, clatters about the kitchen with a pained look on her face. Let's ask about her father. A calm comes over Bethel's face as she talks about her husband. My husband forged the armor for the Emperor himself. I'm a hero now, Ma. Ariadne pipes up like a child who feels the attention is slipping to a rival. People are going to know who I am. I'm going to die a hero's death. Don't say that, Ari. You're not going to die. Everybody dies, Ma. At least I'll die a hero's death, unlike Father. Okay, let's ask her for a pumpkin. Her face lights up. Oh, are you planning to follow in your father's footsteps? Oh, Ari, that's wonderful. No, I'm not. I'm rebuilding a forge for a friend. Her mother sighs and leaves the room, returning with a pumpkin as round as a water barrel. That's the last of the harvest.
This is hardly the most noble of your quests. You seem a common errand runner.
For now. Alright, let's get out of here. Well, with that, we've encountered all the token encounters, so I'll see you guys when we next get to a token encounter. Hopefully we'll finally get that market thief. Okay, we are back, and I managed to get all the equipment, the Imperial Armor, the Holy Fortune's Mask, and the Gambler's Jewel, and we should hopefully, this time,
Here's a token for you, if you can earn it.
finally get the market thief. Come on. Finally. Finally get the token. You leap over the rolling apples and tackle the thief to the ground. The thief struggles to break free. If you let me keep these here items and let me go, of course, I'll let you in on a secret, the thief bargains. Alright, fine. Gingerly release the thief. Not worry about your stuff, the thief says as he dusts himself off. Think of it as an investment. My name is Merrick. Perhaps I could teach you a thing or two. And if you prove yourself... Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Meet me at noon in 2 days at the Market Plaza. We can talk more then. And with that, Merrick disappears back into the crowd.
A reward well earned.
Yeah, and well earned about time. Let's see. Oh, by the way, one thing I forgot to warn you guys about is that for this part of Ariadne's quest, you're gonna need 300 gold. Just letting you know just letting you know that now. Okay, we are back with the Terror Vein ore. We have one mechanical oddity and one Stiegel pumpkin. A chunk of Terror Vein ore is the last thing I'll need before I can rebuild Ender's Forge. Terror Vein ore isn't as ominous as it sounds, Ariadne explains as you approach the great gaping maw of the Salt Cliff Mines. I believe a bandit called Rand is in charge here. Dusty miners travel the winding paths into the earth, pushing heavy carts stacked high with glimmering blue ore. You follow a group of weary workers deep into the mine. Rich veins of ore glitter in the dim lamplight. Clouds of dull blue ore dust hang in the air, stinging your eyes. When you squint, you can make out a man in the distance, haranguing a group of tired-looking workers. That'd be Rand. Don't let Ariadne do the talking. What she'll end up doing is attacking the guy, you'll get into a fight, and it'll just be a big waste of your time. He glares at you warily, occasionally shouting at a miner to hurry up. You are... He leans against a dusty wall and lazily flicks his rapier at a passing miner, causing them to flinch. I'm Rand the Fighter, and I'm in charge when the boss ain't here. The boss ain't here, so I'm in charge. You start to cough. The blue dust is impossible to escape. Is this dust dangerous? Yeah, it's poison alright, Rand smirks at your clear discomfort. We get the miners to drink brewed silverleaf every morning, but sorry, I'm fresh out. Okay, let's ask for some Terror Vein ore. The price is 300 gold for a piece. You got 300 gold? There's no way to lower the price, and fighting him only leads to you failing. So, pay the 300 gold. You receive a sizable chunk of the shining blue ore in return for your sizable bag of coins.
You approach the final steps of this quest.
Let's do something else. Your cough is hacking and wet. The tickle in your throat is becoming painful. Let's get outside, then. Ariadne pats the ore with her massive hands. That's the last thing we need. Let's go back to the city. Anders is going to be so happy. I certainly hope so. Oh, that is the last token on the board. So, I will see you guys once we get to the next token. Okay, we are back. I did find the pickpocket, but unfortunately we failed at it. But, during the course, I did manage to acquire the Archer's Bane token. Now, when it comes to the Blacksmith's Daughter card, I highly, highly recommend having Imperial Armor and Mask of Holy Fortunes. I'd also recommend a one-hander and shield, but it's not strictly necessary. Oh, and also make sure you heal back to full health if you can. There, Ariadne steps back to admire her handiwork. The forge is just as you remember it, if not more detailed. Its wooden frame carved with intricate motifs. The attached anvils and tools hung in such a way as to keep it from tipping. Gotta admit, that's some good work, Ariadne. Oh, get out of here with that, Ariadne guffaws and blushes. You hold the final components, the strange metal bauble from Marion the Mage, a hunk of night blue Terror Vein ore, and a Stiegel pumpkin. Pass me Marion's trinket. Ariadne reaches a hand out and plucks a thin, sharp instrument from her belt. Something steps heavily onto the path behind you. Like a nightmare, you turn to see the hulking great form of Draknar the Mighty. Dun dun dun! And this is actually our first instance of a brimstone enemy. Brimstone enemies are essentially tougher and stronger than their non-brimstone counterparts. And there's something visually special about them. The familiar, horrible face of the ogre leers down at you, his one good eye wide with mania. Hath thou no graceful welcome for an old friend? By the gods, he's back from the grave! Ariadne shouts as she flings soot from the forge into the resurrected ogre's eyes. Draknar roars and rubs the black dust away with his massive fist. Ariadne glances at you and then at the forge. We've got to split up. We can't let him destroy Anders' present. Meet me in the slums. And this is where the card gambits come into play. Ariadne's muscles strain as she drags the rattling forge behind her, disappearing down an alleyway. You hurry down a different path before Draknar can get his bearings. Yeah. Now, I didn't have the Imperial armor or the Holy Mask of Holy Fortunes. I just got insanely lucky. Plus, you're also not going to have Ariadne's help on this.
An old and familiar face appears once more, and there is more to this quest than initially appeared.
Yeah, you ain't just whistling Dixie there. You journey through the city to meet with Ariadne. I believe this one? Yes. You reunite with Ariadne behind an alleyway in the slums. Without wasting any time, she gets to work. You quickly pass her the bauble. She fiddles with it momentarily, then slots it into the side of the forge. She gives it a final tap and steps back. Now that's starting to look like something. Screams of terror herald the arrival of Draknar the Mighty. Yeah, this is what brimstone enemies look like in person. He's not done with you, little mouse. Not by far. Though, granted, the fight against him is no different than it is against him in the strength challenge. Or any other ogre. See what I mean? As long as you're quick on your feet and on your blade, he's not a difficult enemy to take down, even as a brimstone enemy. Unfortunately for us, this isn't going to be the last time we see him. I also like how when there's a brimstone card, it kind of gets that orange effect during the loading screen. Nice touch. Ariadne whips the sweat from her brow. What a fight! Now, do you have the ore? Before you begin to rummage in your haversack for the blue ore, there comes a feral cry from a ragged child peering at Draknar's body. He's still alive! The huge ogre groans and his body convulses. Ariadne looks to her hammer and then to Draknar's unconscious form. His head weak and exposed, then shakes her head. As she heaves the forge back into motion, she whispers, "Let's split up and meet at the docks." Yep, we gotta keep doing this. At least 2 more times. You journey through the city to meet with Ariadne. You follow the sounds of screaming to the market by the docks. Draknar is there, bleeding from the wounds you've inflicted, but still smashing through the stalls like they were made of twigs. You wonder where the Empire soldiers are in this accursed city. The ogre spots you across the way, and his monstrously lumpy face splits into a grin. He lazily knocks a pie stall out of his path as he begins his approach. There is a yell from the other side of the market. "You want the forge, do you? Well, come get it, beastie." Ariadne raises her hammer over her head. Yep, gotta fight him yet again. But this time he'll have less health than previously. At least he should. Yeah, he does. Now the question is he going to stay down this time? Doubtful. Ariadne places the Terravane ore into the base of the forge. It lights instantly, the sparking flame reflecting in her cheerful blue eyes. It will burn forever now, unless it gets smashed by an ogre again. Again, the ogre's body convulses. A few soldiers are wandering the markets, drawn by the hubbub. Hopefully they will deal with them. I wouldn't count on it. Ariadne heaves the traveling forge into momentum once more. We should split up just in case. This old girl is almost on her last legs. Meet me at the tavern, the Nag's Head, where our boy Anders is. You journey through the city to meet up with Ariadne. You find your way to the Nag's Head. Once again, Anders lies prone in his puddle of ale. You hear the traveling forge rattling along the cobbled path and Draknar's heavy footfalls not too far behind. Draknar drags his club behind him, dying but still not dead. Accursed fleas! Cowardly knaves! Cheats! Blood sprays from his mouth as he roars. Yield thine forge or perish! Jeez, what is his obsession with this forge? I mean, yeah, I get it. It kind of upgraded the equipment that led to his downfall the first time, but come on, dude. It's just a forge. He may not be done with us, but I am so done with him. And this time he should stay dead. Finally, Draknar the Mighty lays dead. Pushing through the crowd is Anders, the side of his head still wet with ale, his eyes wide with disbelief, taking in the forge, spinning, chugging, and alive. 3 figures have been carved into its side, Anders, Ariadne, and you. The tiny Arvin? Is that even a word? Replicas are laughing, forever fixed in a state of happiness. Blacksmith's daughter beams from ear to ear. It's us, the 3 heroes. Anders bursts into messy tears. Thank you. Thank you. He bows deeply to you. Then Ariadne, you are truly your father's daughter. Your companion frowns for just a second before laughing and drawing you and Anders into a warm, painful hug. The Nag's Head Tavern's patrons drunkenly marvel at the traveling forge. The noble is already in an animated conversation with Anders, ordering a lucrative number of helms. So, what's going to happen to Anders? Ariadne folds her massive arms and smiles. I think he will be just fine from now on. Okay, So, what about your father? My father was a coward, Ariadne notes matter-of-factly. He was lauded as the best blacksmith in the land by the Empire, but they've yet to meet me. Well, I guess we should get going. Ariadne stands even taller than before, her cheeks blushing with pride. We really are heroes, aren't we?
Well done.
And with that, we've completed Ariadne's quest. Time to forfeit and see what we've unlocked. Come on, hurry it up. For persecuting ranged enemies with Archer's Bane, we get the Dazzling Blade. Which, I've seen it, it doesn't actually have much of a visual upgrade from the Archer's Bane. But it's still a nice blade to have. For slaying Draknar the Mighty for good, we gain the Steagle Pumpkin, the Blacksmith, which is essentially the same as the Blacksmith from the Strength Challenge, in which you can upgrade your defenses, but you can use it in other challenges now. And we also gain the Hero. And before we end it off, I'm going to show off what her upgrade is. She now has a gauntlet, which gives her even more defense, letting her last longer in combat, letting her really play into that melee tank class. Oh, with that, guys, we've come to an end for this episode. Before I forget to remind you, please go into the description below, check out the straw poll link, and vote for our next Let's Play. And if you guys like what you see, please leave a like, subscribe for future content, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Thanks for watching.